Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. I think I can find a few. Nonetheless, we'll start. I think people who are there are not there. So Alok coming in, Avinaba, what I remember, Akshit was not there. Were you there, Aniket, yesterday? Aniket, were you there? Aniket, all on mute, is it? Vinay, you were there yesterday? I don't think you joined in, did you? Vinay,
Yes, ma'am.
you were there yesterday?
No, ma'am.
That's what I said. I did glance through the names and I think yesterday they were different. Nonetheless, there are handful
Yesterday
who
at
are
this
there.
time, I was traveling back from office, ma'am.
अरे बेटा कोई नहीं सुन लेते ना सुन
मैम
सकते
अभी
हो ना
मेट्रो में सुनाई नहीं देता ना मैम, इसीलिए.
अरे बेटा कान में अगर डालोगे हम भी वैसे ही ट्रेवल करते हैं doesn't matter okay I hope each one of you is as fresh as you can see me though I had a long day in college today we were there in the campus so you have your internship and you think even we are doing our bit as I think conveyed yesterday today we are going to do more on negotiations how you need to answer your summer internship questions. Your final submission to the company would happen, I think, third week of May, by May 20th, 25th. I think, as you joined, so exactly 3 months from joining, and you've already been given a date. I think we have been allotted 4th, 5th June, I guess, right? Or 5th and 6th, something like that. You have your finale on the campus, which is offline. Okay. So keeping that in mind, I would not say that you people don't know. Yesterday also, I think I did tell each one of you, each one is good. The purpose of, the faculty conducting such sessions, maybe IT, maybe in, marketing, maybe in analytics. The purpose is that we see you placed. Based on the feedback of the recruiters, we thought this is an opportunity. It would be taxing for you and us both, but it would add value to each one of you. Okay. So with that, I think Akshit is in the waiting room.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, Vita. How are you?
Good, ma'am.
Good. Wow.
Yes, ma'am.
That's the answer that I expect from each one of you. If somebody asks you, don't become a complainer. Hurry, ma'am, I'm tired. Not too bright. No. जैसे भी condition हो, somebody asks you, how are you doing? Great. And with a nice, confident voice. Okay. Let's start with, now to begin with, I'll just first, leveraging your SIP interviews. Today I managed to download, let's see if I can. Yesterday I had a tough time with the Gaur Gopal Das, but nonetheless, today I think I can. Hope I can. Can you see the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, good. Hello. See? Okay. Now we're going to watch this. The title says how to stay focused on your goal. I think yesterday we did talk about that. What is a focus? Why have you taken up a course with IBS in a particular domain? What is your end dream? What do you want to join? Most of us, if we are focused, we have all this right on day one. There are a handful who have clarity, but nonetheless, it's still not late. We have just completed 2 semesters and we still have 2 more to go. Wherein the companies come to the campus by August mid. Okay, so this will tell you how to stay focused. Sometime, you already know, you felt you need to do something in finance. After doing your internship, you feel, no, that's not my cup of tea. So then what do? Then I want to change my subjects. But I need to really ask myself, what are the skills that are needed for marketing? What are the skills that are needed for HR, for operations? One of the skill that's common to all is communication skill. मैंने कल भी कहा था, communication does not mean speaking good English. Communication means trying to convey what I need to really communicate. Okay. So with that, let's watch this and then I'm going to throw questions at you. All ready?
Ma'am, the video is lagging.
Oh, I think I did not share the sound.
Yes, ma'am. Audio is ma'am.
I need to share the sound. ना फिर से शुरू करूँ क्या बेटा?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. Keep telling me, beta. Yeah.
All happiness
Is it okay now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
is the time between two bumps. दो पॉट होल के जो बम्प्स है ना, उसके बीच का जो टाइम होता है ना, उसको सूख बोलते हैं. डेल्टा वेरिएंट और उसके पहला बड़ा भाई वाला के बीच का जो टाइम है, वो घूमो घूमो जितना The space between two bumps caused by the potholes on the road of life is what we call happiness. What are you doing in life? Navigating from pothole to pothole to pothole to pothole to pothole, and in between थोड़ा जो मिलता है कि how are you? Fine, प्रभु जी. बोला लगता तो नहीं, इतना बड़ा चोट दिख रहा है. You know, it's kind of funny. Sometimes there's a massive health bump. I had a muscle tear a month back. All my workouts, exercise stopped for a month. A muscle tear in my right thigh. Bump stops your journey. Bump, relationship fight. Financial bumps. Anyone has financial liabilities to pay off? Thank you. Any EMIs to go off? Thank you. Is it an anxiety? No. Yes. Too much going on. Life. है ना, जिंदगी का सफर है ये कैसा सफर, कोई समझा नहीं, कोई जाना नहीं, है ये ऐसा सफर, चलते हैं हम सब मगर कोई समझा नहीं, कोई जाना नहीं. सब चल रहे हैं, सब कर रहे हैं सफर. बीच बीच में सेलिब्रेट करते, अरे प्रमोशन झालं, अरे मुलगा झाला, अरे मुलगी झाली, आज वाढदिवस होता, एनिव्हर्सरी होती, तिने पुरणपोळी केली, तिने कसं केलं, जस्ट कीप गोइंग. इन बिटवीन व्हाट यू एक्सपीरियंस इज ग्रेट एक्सटेसी एंड ब्लिस. रास्ते में ना जब स्मूथ आता है ना रोड, इट्स गुड राइट, एंड देन बम्प्स कम, नो बैड राइट. But how many of you, when you drive on a smooth road, say इस पे घूमते रहते, रोड बड़ा स्मूथ है, मजा आएगा. So smooth. You done anybody? रोड है रोड, जिंदगी नहीं. A smooth episode of your travel is just an episode of your travel. Enjoy it. It comes your way a smooth road, enjoy it. You don't spend time with it. आ रहा है ना, आने दो. स्मूथ है ना, मजे कर लो, शांति से होगा, इधर उधर लगेगा नहीं. गुड. when a pothole comes, do you stop your car and sit there? काय झालं रे तुला? Do you sit there mourning, crying, depressed? You know why? Because your eyes are on your destination. When your eyes are on your destination, there'll be good rides and bad rides. You don't care a bloody damn. You know why? The difficulties that we see in our life are the distractions we see when our eyes are off our goal. Difficulties are only difficulties when our eyes are off our goal. When I'm driving from Mumbai to Ahmedabad and I'm meant to reach Ahmedabad, I'm going to have some potholes, I'm going to have smooth rides. Part of life.
Great. Today at least I could run. Yes, what does it really? Anything that you learned from this video, or it was just fun? What is the purpose of sharing a video? Even you can probably search and you can enjoy it. What is the purpose? Mohit, are you there, Mohit? Mohit,
Yes, ma'am.
okay. What is the purpose, Mohit, of this video? Or what is the learning that you could grab from it?
मैम जिंदगी का सफर है, चलना तो मंजिल के पास ही है, चाहे अड़चन कुछ भी है, रुकना तो है नहीं।
वाह, शायद हो तुम, तो लगता बैलेडिस्ट के हो क्या?
नो मैम।
नहीं, पर अच्छा बोले, good. You rightly said, if we are focused on what I need to do and where I need to reach, the hurdles that come by me, I never call a problem, they are hurdles for me. What are hurdles? अगर आपने अपनी बचपन में, at least I have done it, I don't know about you people. You know, we used to run and there used to be hurdles. छोटी लकड़ी, फिर कुछ होता था, we had to run that race and it was called hurdles. अभी तो खैर they become very innovative, tires रखते हैं, कुछ रखते हैं. First they were only sticks or certain things made of bricks and all that, and you had to run. So there are hurdles in life. The purpose of calling it hurdles is we can overcome. We need not stop. Now, as many people got COVID, it was very scary. All of us were really scared, you know, after the first wave, especially the second Delta, which is very, very serious and quite fake. There were so many of us who lost a near dear ones. But did life stop there? But no. Even when we got it, probably, there was a fear whether we'll survive or no. But we took each day as a day. I lost near dear ones. My both the sons, in fact, the first one got Delta and his family. The second one got Omicron. So, trying to tell you, as much as we keep away, in spite of taking the vaccination, maybe the seriousness would be slightly less. But the fear that we have is the same. There are so many, I know. One of my students, I think probably he didn't continue his studies after third sem because his parents were in the hospital and he was running pole to pillar. No finances after that. So trying to tell you, life does not stop wherever we have these so-called potholes in the language of Mr. Gaur Gopal Das. So we have to also see a long-term goal. What is my end goal? I want to become. I started with being a manager, right? Or you can say, you know, you're on a probably a management training. So if somebody asks you, what are you going to be 10 years or 5 years down the line? You know, immediately say, I'll be a CEO. Yes, if you run your own organization, you will be a CEO. But otherwise, try to. You know, yeah, अभी तो 1 साल बचा है, management training है, so I'll be a manager. In one of the FMCGs that I'm looking at, if you're looking at marketing, or one of the financial firms, or if your dream company is JP Morgan, Morgan Stanley, Deloitte, जो तुमने मैंने कल भी बोला था, please list at least 10 and paste it in the area where you sit. सुबह शाम उसको देखो and make your goals and focus more firm. It has to be firm. तो जैसे हम अगर भगवान की पूजा करते हैं सुबह शाम हम हाथ जोड़ते हैं, let me have a great day. Similarly, when you have the name of the company is displayed in the work area or the area that you study, or even if you don't have an area dedicated, doesn't matter, keep it, stick it in your book, the one that you carry everywhere. The first page of the book should be, I need to be there. I told myself, and believe me, friends, I reached my destination because there are certain skills that are needed, focus that is needed, and it was there. And believe me, I got married when I was doing my MSc Part 1. But later on, I was fortunate. I did my Part 2, first I did B.Ed because I was an army wife, I couldn't take up a corporate job. Then I did MBA, then I did my PhD, then I halfway went for my PhD, and then I dropped it. The reasons, of course, personal. Trying to tell you, there is no age limit. And if I believe in myself, I will do it. Most of us give up in the very first time. Suppose, you want to lose weight. क्या करते हो? Somebody will tell you, यार तुमको ना पतला होना पड़ेगा. क्या करोगे आप? Malika, क्या करोगी बेटा? Malika, are you there? Malika.
Yes, ma'am.
बोलो ना बेटा फिर. If all of you keep quiet रे बच्चे फिर तो मैं भी quiet हो जाऊंगी ना. हाँ Malika. What have you told yourself? What would you like to be?
Oh,
What have you taken beta as a major? Tell me that.
now my major is marketing.
Wow. So what is one of the skill sets that you need in marketing? क्या है एक which will really, take you towards your goal?
Ma'am, like I'm extremely fond of digital marketing. I think one key skill would be ideation because like there are all sorts of new digital campaigns that are happening every day, and it's something that you need to set yourself apart.
Good. Are you doing a certification in digital marketing along with your internship beta?
Oh yes, I'm doing the Google digital marketing certificate course.
Okay. So now that she's doing, and what is your dream company, Malika? Any
Oh.
dream company that you've thought of? Is company that
Ma'am, Netflix.
good? And if you don't, plan B.
That I have to figure. But since you asked my dream company, that's my
Good. I'm very happy, Malika, that you have a dream company, but you always have a plan B in place. Suppose I don't. Should I give up? No. I have plan B in place.
Yes.
Okay. So that's how we need to. I cannot stop or halt there or sit down. Oh, I've not got into this company. Now what do I? I'm not doing anything now. No. There are so many of us who, class 10th probably, we are let loose, our scores are very poor. Or 12th, it is very poor. Or probably graduation, since it is total freedom in all your disciplines, you feel, chala yaar, masti maro. And your scores go down, and then you realize, nahi, kuch to karna hai. Then suddenly you start doing well. Now, how do I justify? And all these things are there on your CV. Or you've taken a drop, or you've got a back and trying to give papers, right? Anybody in the group who's got a back? Rajwal? Rajwal, are you there? Rajwal? I saw his name here. Prajwal. Okay, doesn't matter. Anybody who's got a bag. Say you're doing engineering or you're doing, any discipline. And suddenly I realized कि भैया पढ़े नहीं लिखे नहीं खूब मस्ती मारी and I got a bag. Anyone in the group, don't feel ashamed. Yesterday
Ma'am,
also
I
told you.
have got in one subject.
Good Unnati. When did you get it? Unnati लड़का है या लड़की
First-
है बेटा?
Ma'am, girl.
गर्ल तो शक्ल दिखाऊंगी मेरी इतनी सुंदर है तो तुम तो और सुंदर होंगे. I'm in my 60s and I'm beautiful. I'm sure in 20s you're absolutely gorgeous. So on karo.
Ma'am, already there is dim light. That's why.
Okay. So you look
Thanks.
और ज्यादा अच्छी लगोगी ना. अच्छा बात करो. Okay.
No, actually, with this, I am on my second laptop, also on my company laptop. That's why. If
Okay.
I switch on.
Acha Unnati, what have you done? Your graduation?
Ma'am, I've done graduation in BBA International Business.
Okay. So you got a backlog in your final year.
No. Semester 1. For
Okay.
only one subject.
Doesn't matter. But then you went to the second semester and probably you took your backlog and you do not
Yeah.
lose a year or a semester, right?
Yes,
So
I
trying to
gave a
tell you-
repeater exam.
Good. So trying to tell you, it's no harm. Doesn't matter. There are so many who get into a field and suddenly they realize, "Arey, this is not my cup of tea." कोई बात नहीं. Don't stop there. Similarly, even here you must have, when you joined IBS, your first semester would have not been too encouraging. But then you told yourself, 5.5 तो minimum है placement के लिए. पर मुझे उससे ज़्यादा चाहिए. You must have worked a bit hard, but there are subjects like QT, BRM, there are few people or FM who are really scared of and you don't do well. Second semester भी result out हो गया. Now you can make the most by excelling in your internship. How do I excel? Mohit? Mohit,
Yes, ma'am.
acha, where are you working, beta? What is the internship company, Mohit?
My company's name is Wholesome Habit. It is an e-commerce based company, and we are supplying in Amazon, Flipkart, like protein bars, chocolates, cashews, almonds, and everything.
Excellent. So what is your role in that?
Currently, I'm handling procurement part. I'm negotiating with vendors and I'm handling the supply chain part where transport is handled by me. From the supplier to the warehouse, I coordinate with transporter and bring the material to the warehouse. And
Okay, so
after
what has been
that,
the biggest learning so far? What has been the biggest learning so far?
I have set a process that how the system should work. With the help of my manager, I have done that part.
नहीं, learning क्या है बेटा आपकी? What has been the learning so far?
Means, can we not able to describe that.
देखो बेटा, आपने coordinate किया है, तो don't you think coordination is one of the skills that you picked up?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So it's very important to coordinate. कहीं बीच में गैप रह गया, गए ना गड़बड़. अगर आपको
ma'am.
कोई भी कंसाइनमेंट जल्दी भेजना है, कोऑर्डिनेट अगर सही नहीं करोगे तो क्या होगा? टाइमली
Yes,
नहीं
yes.
होगा. There could be number of other hassles. So one of the skill that Mohit has picked up from his internship is coordination. इसी तरह ask each and everyone, ask yourself what, and you will know. Okay, so that's what we are trying to. Okay, now I think I'll just share another so that you get to. Oh, sorry. Can you see? Wow, today, fingers crossed. I think it's happening, right?
Yes, ma'am. We can see.
Can you see the screen, beta?
Yes, ma'am.
Each one of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Abhinaba, where is Abhinaba?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you see the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
I want you to speak the maximum. Okay? Chalo, being a little partial, okay? Because you've been with me for 2 semesters. I would love that we interact. Okay? Now here, I just told you we need to prepare to speak about your internship. You know, we have done so much and we'll be doing so much in 3 months. And if I can't speak, I can't showcase, so I lose it. It's like you've learned dance, you've learned music, and I can't showcase it. Looking at you, I won't know unless and until you sing or you dance and you display your traits. How do I know that you're a great dancer? I would know. Similarly, internship, this is one of the likely questions that will be put up to you. How you answer this question will take you a little further. Yesterday we talked about your dress, your etiquette, the way you talk. I can't be talking in one tone. Hi friends. No. Yeah, casual ठीक है बेटा. But in a corporate, in a professional environment, you need to be soft. Yes, sir. May I? Can I? So these are few things that I need to really, not that you don't know, I repeat again, friends, each one knows it. But if you can really watch them, it will be able. Now, why is my internship? What is it all about? What am I doing? I should know it on my fingertips. Why should I take a book to really tell you what I have done in my internship? It could be anything. It could be in operations, it could be in HR. पर मैम काम ही नहीं करते हैं आज भी मुझे कई बच्चे मैम cold calling believe me with every call there is a learn provided I'm looking at an opportunity for it. But if I'm disgusted, what will I say? Ma'am, so called किए एक ने भी नहीं उठा. No, that is a great learning for you. क्यों नहीं उठाया बेटा? सौ कॉल किए. पहली बार लिखा है क्या आपने कहीं वो नंबर्स? तो आपके अगर डेटा है, you can convert it into figures and put it in your report and presentation. So that will really help you. Now, the first learning is, why couldn't I convert? So try thinking. Was the time incorrect? Did I have a clarity on what I'm saying? Am I confused? So there are so many things. It's like, Bata still remains very, very loyal to me. If I have to go and buy sandals, I still walk up to Bata. There are n number of other brands that have come up. But I'm loyalist because whatever I'm looking in a footwear, I do that. To the extent even my grandkids, I love to take them there. My kids who are 40 plus, they were naughty boys and they're still selling. I'm not trying to tell you, my product is strong. I can talk about my product and talk with confidence because I worked there for 3 months. So things happen. Okay. Now, what is the objective of my internship? What is the objective? Alo?
Ma'am, Ma'am, in a single word, internship is all about learning.
Good. What is the main objective? Learning.
And
Anything otherwise?
in terms of skills or corporate experience and the etiquettes and the managing things, means totally management, these all things.
Okay. Otherwise, even it is practical hands-on experience, or you can say exposure to the corporate world.
Yes, ma'am.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Anji bache.
Ma'am, if you ask me, my main objective is exploring.
Yeah, it can be. You're exploring the corporate,
Yes.
right? So exploration, again, the word, the terminology, you should know it well because you're doing it. Now, Malika is into digital, right, Malika? So what is her objective when she's looking at it? It will be, again, to learn about the digital marketing. So every individual or every intern, every student ought to know. These are the questions that are picked up so that you get a clarity. What are the daily activities that I do in my internship? Now, believe me, beta, most of you cannot justify 8 hours of work. जो ऑफलाइन कर रहे हैं उनको तो ऑफिस जाना पड़ता है, वो तो 8 घंटे बैठते ही बैठते हैं. But people who are online, very sorry to say that, बेटा, आप लोग उठते ही नहीं हो टाइम पे. 8 घंटा जस्टिफाई करने के लिए मैं आप लोगों को बोलती थी लॉग बुक बनाओ. Some are made. If I write down everything, believe me, you're already placed. Because you're so confident, you're sincere, your objective is clear, you have very meticulously put it down and you have it on your fingertips. So I cannot fault it. But I have not written anything. I cannot justify 8 hours of work. So there is some gap. Kuch gadbad hai. And you'll be caught in a whirlpool. होता बंद कैसे अंदर एक बार फंस गए ना बता क्वेश्चन में, so it keeps adding one or the other end. You start fumbling because आपको लगा अरे ये आंसर नहीं करता है. Okay, next. And you get into, you just don't know how to handle it. You lose that. An opportunity which you could have cashed, you lost it. So you should know what are the daily activities. From the time you start, whether online, whether offline, you should know what you did from say 9 to 5 or you did 10 to 6. 8 hours of work you have to justify. They're going to ask you. And believe me, friends, if you have not done it, you really cannot answer it. If somebody asks me, what do I do at IBS for 8 hours? I have no answer for them. What I do? I do take a break of half an hour for my lunch, not more than that. People who know me can tell you in the college. What do I do then? Well, we have things and we are doing. I can because I write down everything. That's what I said. Since we are with you, we get to know and we can give a pen picture of the individual because we are interacting with the person. Okay? What are the key skills that I'm required to use? In your day-to-day activities, kya hai wo key skills? Communication is one, commitment is one, sincerity is one, discipline is one. What else? Anything else that you can talk about? What do you require? अभी बताया था मोहित को क्या था? Coordination, team skills. Are you working individually somewhere? No.
Concentration.
हाँ रे बेटा, उन्नति.
Concentration.
Yes, concentration. Listening skills जो बहुत कम है. You know, each one wants to speak. तो सुनने वाला भी चाहिए ना कोई. So, what you need to do is, come on, develop your.
Be a good,
हाँ जी बच्चे बोलो.
be a good listener.
Yes, but it's very difficult ना hello. Is it that easy?
Not much tough, ma'am. As I am in a Balladist club, as I am a writer,
Mm-hmm.
so
Yes.
I
You
am-
have concentration, Alok. You have all this.
so ma'am, not too much tough for me, being a good listener.
Good. It's not for you, but Alok, for many of us. Because हम सबको बोलना है ना.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Everyone want opportunity to speak, but not least
Yes,
to listen.
each one wants to speak. अगर हम एक जगह बैठ जाएंगे तो और हम सब साथ होंगे ऑफलाइन, everybody wants to speak, but we online है, म्यूट पे रह जाते हैं. People don't want to take the opportunity. So who's a loser? Not Shashi Gupta at all. I'm there to interact. I'm there to gain from each one of you. Okay? Please, these are questions. Write down, and you should be aware. I'm going to give you a, an action plan. I'll attach it in the chat box, and you need to really fill it up. Okay. What are the key skills that I'm required to learn and have been able to learn? the biggest thing out of the internship is your learning outcomes. क्या सीखा? 3 महीने रहे बेटा. 3 महीने में तो you can have number of learning because we have a learning every day. Write down every day one thing that you learn. And believe me, there are every day you learn. आज mistake करी, suddenly, I was told, and that is the thing I told myself, I'm not. So that's a learning, accepting your mistake. Sometimes we are not ready to accept it. It's a blame game. A blame game में जीतता कौन है बेटा? कोई. So every day when you write down, believe me, you have a bank of learning. But I've shut my eyes. अरे 3 महीने मस्ती, काम किया गए. Work in a manner that your company guide will say, I'm going to miss you. I'm giving you a pre-placement offer. If you don't feel, don't take it. But that's a kind of trust, loyalty, commitment that you need to display. The company mentor or even the CEO should come there. I want people like you. If you are a CEO tomorrow, what type of people would you like to recruit or have on board? Try to ask yourself. Become a CEO for a day. रात को 1 घंटे के लिए बना और जरा देखो कितना कुछ लिख सकते हो. मुझे ऐसा चाहिए, ऐसा चाहिए, ऐसा चाहिए. ठीक है? Now, why have I been chosen by the organization? Did I choose the organization that I'm working for? हाँ जी, आपको जबरदस्ती कोई लेके गया था उधर? No, friends, I want you
No,
to.
ma'am.
Only Alok Pandey, Unnati Malika, और कहाँ है? अविनाबा. There are so many. Ankit. अंकित ही है ना? नहीं, अनिकेत. मित्तल, क्या अक्षर? अक्षित.
Yes, ma'am.
अरे बात करो यार. I mean, if I only have to speak, then what do you? Have I chosen the organization?
Yes, ma'am. I have chosen because I have not chosen from the college. I have sourced from outside the college.
Wherever it is, whether college, but आपने ही choose किया है ना बेटा.
Yes, ma'am.
वो आपको आए थे क्या रस्सी या गले की वो फांसी लेके आए थे कि चलो? No, ना?
No,
Anyone?
no, ma'am.
Where the company came and they said no. चलो, you have to mandatory, तुम इसी में काम करोगे. ऐसे कोई है क्या? When I have chosen that, when I have chosen a company, I need to really give my 500%. 100% तुम सब देते हो. उससे काम नहीं बनता है बेटा. 500% is what I need to. If I aim at, I'm sure you will deliver at least 200%. If you recall, बचपन में एक कहावत होती थी स्कूल में. At least my teachers used to tell me, aim at the tree, aim at the sky, and you'll fall on the tree top. Anybody who can continue further? क्या है इसका? किसी ने सुना है क्या? या खाली मैं ही पढ़ी हूँ स्कूल में? मुझे तो ऐसे ही लगता है. Okay, aim at the skies and you fall on the tree top. Aim at the tree top and you fall on the ground. यानी तुम्हारी जो एम भी होनी चाहिए, फोकस भी बिल्कुल आसमान तक. आसमान में तो कहीं तो तुम पेड़ के ऊपर लटकोगे. अगर पेड़ के ऊपर का ही आपका निशाना है तो धरती पे धड़ाम हो जाएगा. Always aim high. There's no harm. Why not dream? Dream for the best. Think that you're already in, Amazon and जो भी कंपनी आप चाहो. Google है, Facebook है. Google pays the best. Amazon. There's so many who are in Amazon, right? But then again, the criteria is also different. Now again, who can read this? I want somebody to read it. एक उन्नति पढ़ रही है and I don't want only these people doing it. Anyone volunteer? Let me see today someone else volunteer. कोई है who would like to read it? Sean Friends, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Why only Unnati? I want someone else. Yes, come on, volunteer. All are on mute. Is it? Or only Unnati will get placed first, is it? Alok Pandey, Mohit, Takshit. Okay. None of you? I'll continue because I can't waste time.
Ma'am, if you want then.
One beta Unnati.
Yes, ma'am. I'll continue.
I'll do it. Wherever needed, I'll ask you the check. Okay. Now, understanding your work in the organization. I just told you, if I have a book, if I've kept a small little 100 pages book, I write down because the total time that you spend in the organization, 3 months hai. 3 months mein Saturday, Sunday will डाल दो. Not more than 70 days. Okay. So you get 100 pages book, or even if you spend 3 months, 90 days. 90 nahi hai, so 92 ho sakta hai. Okay. But there are holidays, etc., etc. I'm sure no organization takes you for granted and you work day and night. What is the business and strategic mission of my organization? I'm sure each one of you has done the SWOT of the company and your own SWOT. Don't mix them. SWOT of the company. When I do SWOT of the company, you have to do a comparative analysis. I repeat, strengths, weaknesses, threats, opportunities. That is SWOT. Now you know the strength of the company. They may be into, as Mohit said, but Mohit ne bola na beta, you sell those goods. अरे बेटा चैट में कौन बोल रहा है? क्या बोला बेटा चैट में? किसने क्या लिखा है? बोल दो ना. So I need to know the SWOT. I need to know what is the weakness. Don't have too many weakness, whether self or the company. What are the opportunities? Have a comparative analysis. Have another minimum 3 companies on your fingertips, जिसका हम comparison करके बोल सकते हैं my company is the best. Okay, so that needs to. Which vertical and which department are you working? कहाँ काम कर रहे हो? HR, marketing, operations, IT, finance, where? Now, where do I fit in? क्या काम कर रहे हो? You become a fit there. Where? Operations? Or supply chain? Or what is it? Now, what is my role? बच्चों, आप लोगों को अपनी रोल क्लैरिटी भी नहीं है. आपको यही पता नहीं कि आपका काम क्या है. आई एम एन इंटर्न इन HR. बस. अरे बेटा रोल क्या है तुम्हारा? So your role is into recruitment. That's what they talk about. What are my responsibilities and deliverables? What is the value of my internship in the context? Okay, organization context. Co-host, why are people not admitting? There are so many co-hosts in the class, isn't it? I saw that. Rajwal, are you there? Rajwal. Okay. Now, what is the value? Am I adding value to myself and the organization? हम अपनी बीम तो बजाते. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I did this. What value add have you done to the organization? And because there's a value add in the organization, तुम्हारा भी value add. Okay? So that has to be absolutely clear. Linking your internship with placement profile. Now, आप लोग recruitment करते हो बेटा, उसको बोलते हैं talent acquisition. क्या talent? तुम्हारे पास JDs आते हैं. Based on that, you pick up talents. IT specific है, digital marketing है, various other areas. Okay, so you first source, then you have JDs, you have policy documentation, and generally you have generalist post, etc. Okay, so this is how you need to. Now again, cold calling. Cold calling. अरे बेटा, हमने भी internship में यही करा है. I was working with one of the leading consultancies in Delhi, and I was the marketing head there. Sorry, the HR head. You know what I used to do? If I had to, and we used to place only VPs and CEOs to high profile. कैसे हम उनका, if we had to poach someone, कैसे पता लगेगा उसका नाम पता कहाँ से लाएंगे? So that time we could only search, इतनी details नहीं आती थी. We could get to the landline of the given organization. Then I used to cold call and tell them, you know, can I speak to your CEO? I want some profile because I'm coming up with a small little journal wherein, you know, I'm writing about the top CEOs. Something of interest to those people. Or I would tell them, even at the reception, देखिए अपना CEO का number दे दीजिए, मुझे directory बनानी है of all which will be floated in the area. So something that could add value to them basically. And then we used to call that person directly. Trying to tell you, each one of us has done cold call. How you do it? I need to strategize. अगर सीधा मैं किसी को बोलूँगा, अच्छा आपका, you know, I've got your data from Naukri.com and there is a profile that matches yours. Are you keen on taking up a job? Some people will flirt with you if you're a girl, and if there's a boy on the other end, or vice versa. So how to speak? Again, that's an art. Children come and tell me कि मैं flirt करने लग जाते हैं, क्या करूं? करेंगे ना, right? सुरीली आवाज आ रही है. Who won't like to? Okay, so you should know what, because that's how to leverage. ऊपर कैसे करना है. Speak about 3 domain and technical skills that you've learned. Own your internship experience. अगर हम उसमें, if I'm submerged into it, बोलते हैं ना, डूब जाते हैं हम उसमें, अपने आप बेटा उसमें सब अच्छा नजर आता है, and I have so much to talk about. But if I don't, only superficially मैं काम कर रही हूँ online, for the sake of कि 3 महीने completion करना है क्योंकि IBS का mandatory है. बेटा internship is mandatory for all these schools. You're fortunate to go to a given company, but it could be, you know, that you have to work. There are so many, when you really talk about the good these schools abroad, you have to work with the NGO mandatory. So कैसे करोगे? You can't do it. You can't even go and stay there. So, or probably rural exposure. All that is a must. Show your happiness. दुखी जाएंगे बेटा. I think if you ask yourself, I love to see happy faces. Dukhiara, my God, right? So don't put on a low face. See, we all have issues, each one of us. If there is no co-host here, okay? Each one of us has got issues every day. But can I carry that? No. I need to be careful. There are issues and I only can resolve even if I speak to someone or if I have a sounding board also. Decision mera hi hoga. Okay? So speak well about your organization, company guide, co-worker. Arey man, kya bataun, company guide. He's just a graduate and he thinks no end of himself. ऐसे बच्चे आके बोलते हैं बेटा हम. Don't see the qualification. Who's asked you? Because you're doing an MBA, you're trying to evaluate. Sorry, you can't judge the person. Or probably they're not dressed up the way you dress up. Doesn't matter. You have no authority. Speak well because of the company guide, you're able to leverage yourself. कभी किसी के बारे में बुरा नहीं बोलना है. अगर कुछ बात होती है upfront, उसको जाके पूछ सकते. सर मुझे ये, सर एक मिनट, मुझे ये अच्छा नहीं लगा. I'm sure open communication can resolve many things. Be authentic. अगर आप कुछ गलत बोलोगे ना बेटा, एक चीज बोलोगे दूसरा बोलोगे, वो जाल सा बनता जाता है बड़ा और वेब, और आप उसी में झूठ करते रहते हो, झूठ बोलते बोलते ना, एक को छुपाने के लिए दूसरा, दूसरे को तीसरा, and you land up nowhere. So don't do that. There are many who speak a lie, but for God's sake, don't do that. I would only request everyone not to ever do that. Okay? You need to make a pitch. आपको बोलेंगे क्या करा आपने समर एंड, सर मैंने ना ट्रांसपोर्टेशन में ये किया वो किया, बस अरे खत्म हो गया. नो, ट्राई टू स्पीक फॉर 10 to 15 minutes. 3 महीने काम किया है बच्चों तुम लोगों ने. राइट डाउन. So divide your project into primary work, your complementary, last additional and self. क्या किया? लास्ट स्लाइड हमेशा आपकी थैंक यू के पहले होना चाहिए. क्या सर्टिफिकेशन किए, वहां भी प्लीज डोंट डू एंड नंबर ऑफ देम. जो कॉलेज करवा रहा है वो भी लिखो, और एक आधा योर डोमेन स्पेसिफिक दिख रहा है. बट यू शुड बी एबल टू रिलेट व्हाई हैव यू डन दैट. For example, if I do performance management and I'm core HR, I need to tell them why did I do that. Link it up to the job that I'm looking. If I'm doing, it's like Unnati said. नहीं उन्नति ने डिजिटल मार्केटिंग किसने बोला था? I think Malika, right? So if she says I'm doing digital marketing, she said from, I think, कहाँ से बोला बेटा? Google ना, Malika?
Yes, ma'am.
So she should be able to, you know, project कि मैंने क्यों करा ये course. And if I can satisfy them, believe me, they won't ask you anything. So that is why divide your work. Write down what you have done. That's what every time I'm harping on. प्लीज लिखो. जिन्होंने नहीं लिखा है, 1.5 महीना अच्छा लगा, जाने दो बेटा, अब लिखो. अब भी तुम्हारा 1.5 बाकी है. 1.5 तो बचा नहीं है, एक्चुअली 1 महीना बचा है जिन्होंने भी इसको ज्वाइन किया. प्लीज राइट डाउन so that you can speak something authentic rather than going round and round the mulberry bush. नहीं करोगे फिर हश्शा बुश्शा all fall down होगा. So you need to really talk about your internship with passion. Be honest to yourself. Tell them what have you done in these 3 months. What is the value add that you have had? When I say value add, that is the learning outcomes. What have you contributed towards the organization? What is the certification that you are doing? How can you really club it to the placement that you are looking? Now, I have a passion, like Malika said, you know, digital marketing is what, and that's what she's doing. She can club it. I'm passionate about it because it gives me a different thrill altogether. And that's why I've done this. That's how I can really talk about it. Okay? Is it going over your head? Now, this is a presentation that you people will be making. And the final, when you have your, June first week में dates आपको दिए हैं कि नहीं मुझे पता नहीं है, but I know that there is a mail that is being sent to you, right? Is it 4th, 5th, 5th, 6th? क्या है बेटा? Anyone?
Ma'am, SIP book, in SIP book, these are dated 4th, 5th, and 6th June.
Okay, 4th, 5th, and 6th June. Good. And it is going to be offline in the campus. Now, that time you have to have not more than 8 slides of presentation. But you will have your black book. वो एक बुक वहां जरूर बना के लाना, which again is presentation. जैसे कपड़े आप बढ़िया पहनोगे, उसी तरह आप एक जो बुक कम से कम वो आप ब्लैक बुक जैसे आप लोग बनाते थे, embossed, ready with it. Minimum 70 pages is what we look at. With graphs and everything, appendices, your references, everything comes into it. But presentation 8 slides. And people start, first slide title, last slide thank you. बचे कितने 6 स्लाइड. अरे उसमें क्या डालना और एक पेज आपकी एग्जीक्यूटिव समरी. So learn the art. Minimum displayed on the slide which makes sense and maximum you speak. अभी ऐसे make effective presentation, communication skill. Now first I'm going to write down. What is the title? What are the objectives? The methodology, the findings, the learnings, limitations, and in case you have suggestions. Most of us feel, अरे इस कंपनी में ये होता ना, लेकिन आप सही ढंग से दो ना उस कंपनी को, if it is relevant, then definitely imply. So this is how you need to have not more than 8 slides. And speak very confident. खूब सारा display करना, उसको clutter करना is not the right thing. Okay? With this, any questions on this beta? Because everybody has a faculty guide, everybody has a company guide, but nonetheless, with the time that you are, even people are online, there's no effectiveness to it. And since the placements are very close, once you're back, you have no time because you have other subjects also, no? You won't be there in the auditorium probably preparing for this. No. Okay. So that is what we need to really look at. Anybody, any issues, any problems, beta पूछो. किसी को कुछ अगर पूछना है पूछ सकते हो. बच्चा पार्टी पूछोगे नहीं तो प्रॉब्लम हो जाएगा रे बेटा. हाँ, you people are not really. Srijan, are you listening or
Yes, ma'am. I'm listening, ma'am.
listening? Okay, where are you, beta? You're at home?
Yes, ma'am. I'm at home.
Can you switch on your video, Srijan?
Yes, ma'am.
Sure. So, anything that anybody wants to ask? क्या हो गया अक्षित को? अक्षित आप बाहर कैसे चले गए? हाँ जी, Srijan. Good. हाँ
Yes,
जी.
ma'am.
Where are you working, beta?
No, ma'am. I'm not working, ma'am, right now.
Internship है
Okay,
ना?
I'm working at Bajaj Finance. Yes, ma'am. Internship, yes.
अरे भाई वो.
Internship is at Bajaj Finance. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So your
Okay,
major
I thought
is
you were
finance.
joking. Yes, ma'am.
आपका
No,
बेटा
ma'am. Bajaj
bandwidth
Finance
low है.
is the name of my firm. Is the name of my firm. I'm doing masters in marketing.
अरे भाई वो नहीं पूछा. अपना वीडियो बंद करो क्योंकि आपका bandwidth low.
Okay, yes, ma'am.
Okay. Beta, I know
Yes,
you're
ma'am.
doing marketing. What is the profile that you're doing in your internship?
And yes, ma'am. I'm doing sales right now. Sales.
Okay. What according to
Yes.
your sales, beta? What are you selling?
Ma'am, I'm selling policy.
Policy. Okay. Can you give me a demo? I mean, by selling policy, firstly, how do you sell it and have you sold and how many have you sold?
Ma'am, right now I have sold only one. But like I have prepared a pitch which I use in by selling all the policies. Like we have 3 policies, and according to that, I have made a pitch. But it differs to person, but yeah, it goes like that.
Do you have any comparative analysis along with Bajaj Finance? Any other company? If you have someone, do you tell
Aditya
them?
Birla,
Okay.
Aditya Birla, and but when someone asks me about other companies, I don't talk much because of course I want to see Bajaj.
देखो बेटा, if I
Yeah,
don't talk about the shortcomings, अगर मुझे बताना है कि
Yes, ma'am.
आपको अगर लेनी है तो बजाज, क्योंकि इसके ये फायदे हैं. अब बाकी देखिए उसमें ये ब्रोकरेज लगती है, उसमें वो लगता है, इसमें इतना आपको गेन आता है. तो जब हम
Yes, ma'am.
कंपैरेटिव एनालिसिस करके बताते हैं लोगों को, I understand it better.
Yes,
For
ma'am.
example, if I want to, if you recall, जो पार्ले जी बिस्किट है, even when I was young, I ate it. उस टाइम भी
Okay.
वो 5 रुपए का मिलता था, लेकिन बड़ा पैकेट मिलता।
बड़ा पैकेट।
अब साइज छोटा हो गया है, बट कॉस्ट वही है ना बेटा, 5 रुपए के 4
हाँ, yes ma'am.
right? So trying to tell you how has it survived in this competitive market? पार्ले जी तो बिक ही रहा है, लोग लेते ही हैं. So trying to tell you, if I have a product, अगर मैं उसकी तुलना और कहीं करूँ,
Okay.
things sell fast. Okay, so that's what I want to tell you, Shrija.
Yes
Okay.
ma'am, got it ma'am.
Okay, good. Anyone else? Anything that you would like to ask from about internship, बच्चों? Otherwise, I go to the next topic that I have prepared. Anji, anyone? अरे इतने अकलमंद हो यार तुम लोग, मुझे लगता है अकलमंद तो मैं ही लग रही हूँ. हाँ? Anyone?
No, ma'am.
All clear?
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
No
Yes,
dandruff?
ma'am.
No dandruff? All clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good. I'm happy that you know.
Excuse me,
people-
ma'am.
हाँ बच्चे बोलो, who's that?
I wanted to ask. My name is Rishali.
हाँ विशाली, you entered and late.
Uh,
हाँ बोलो.
Yeah, ma'am. Sorry for that. What I was saying is, while preparing the PPT, we have to focus on the work we have done in the internship, or
Mhm.
we can add competitive analysis, SWOT analysis in that also.
No, देखो बेटा, you know, you will have to have final में जो अभी दिखाओगे कंपनी में वो तो आप पूरा दिखाओगे.
Yes, ma'am.
But the final which you will show to the panelists in June,
Yes, ma'am.
that will not be more than 8 slides.
Okay.
The first slide will have the title,
Yes.
right? Along with the title, you can have your objectives.
Yes.
Don't have more than 3 objectives. Try not to. Too many objectives.
Okay.
Second में, after the objective, then you have your methodology. आपने सर्वे किया है, इंटरव्यूज लिए हैं, या सेकेंडरी जैसे फाइनेंस का होता है, सेकेंडरी सोर्स है, कोई भी आपको प्राइमरी डेटा नहीं देता है, या गूगल डॉक बना के किया है, क्या था मेथोडोलॉजी. अब मेथोडोलॉजी में आपने डेटा ले लिया, उसके बाद में क्या फाइंडिंग्स थी, जब आपको डेटा मिल गया आप एनालाइज करते हो ना, एनालिसिस. आफ्टर एनालिसिस व्हाट आर द फाइंडिंग्स, आफ्टर फाइंडिंग्स योर लिमिटेशंस. इवन आपने स्टडी करी तभी लिमिटेशन. हो सकता है आपने जो सर्वे किया हो ऑनलाइन डॉक्यूमेंट, some people didn't really do it, so the sample size was small, the time given was very short. We could have done better if the time was a little extended. Now, I'm just talking about the limitation. Then learning outcomes. I improved upon my communication. I became much more confident. I could coordinate well. I could understand the consumer behavior. Right? After having spoken to so many, not all bought. So you can understand, you can read it. If you
Yes,
ask questions, future. So such things you can write down. Then after limitations, after learning outcomes, last, what are the certifications you did added? And while you're doing findings and analysis, beta, उसमें graph लगा दो. लिखने की जगह, if you have a graphical representation, you can immediately tell, ना? मान लो तुम policy बेच रहे हो. You've sold 10 policies worth 9,000 or 10,000. Your target was 50,000. You can show it in a histogram, and you can always talk about, there. So what have you done? How much have you achieved? 20,000 or 10,000 on that. So you can talk about person. तुम लोग तो यार smart. आर्ट का इतना ज़्यादा तुम लोग को पता है. You can make fabulous. I've seen kids making fabulous people. Fabulous. I've learned from each one of you. But you cannot have more than 8 because they'll have only very limited time. तो अगर ज्यादा बड़ा बनाओगे ना बेटा क्या होगा आधे में you won't be able to complete it also. So you have not even told them what you do. So that is why 2-3 rehearsals हम घर में करेंगे टाइम करेंगे अरे कितना समय लग रहा है See that the 8 slides don't take more than 4 minutes. And wear a smile. I hope you know we say wear a smile. Wear a perfume. Right? Right terminologies. So that's what we need. ठीक है Rushali?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now we're going to do persuasive skills. There are situations. I was thinking if I can just 1 second. I'll just see whether persuasive skills. It's not, no? I have not been able to share it. There are situations. This again, this is happening like yesterday, right? Can I put it in the chat so that 1 second. Mhm. I have a folder that is 21/4. Today is the date. Okay, have you all got it? Can each one of you open it? I'll again try to.
Ma'am, you have sent a file.
Yes.
But that is not in chat.
It's not in the chat.
So, yes, ma'am.
I just added it in the chat only.
I think you sent individually.
Huh?
I think you sent individually.
Oh, I have to send it to, I send it to, I don't know. Wait 1 second. No? To everyone, no? Okay, I just, okay. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, usko kholo jara. Let me also see if I can now. Open it and then even I'll do it. Can you see or it is only the folder?
It's only
कल जैसे हो रहा है कुछ. Yes. Now can you see?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Techniques of persuasion. You know, we need to persuade to do this. It's something that I love doing. People who love cricket, people who love football, who love dancing. What do? You persuade that passion and you emerge a winner. Teach you correct. Okay, that's what we talk about. Okay. Now the first situation. Have you all opened up your files, friends? Have you opened up your files?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, the very first situation. Okay, Alok, can you read it, bache?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, can you read the first situation?
Yes, ma'am. As you are the HR manager in a factory that manufactures steel. Your organization has always had male engineers on the shop floor. As an HR professional of the future, you feel it would be a groove idea to recruit some women on the shop floor to creating a diverse culture and lend empathy to the organization. Your, your managing director has never been open to the idea of hiring women workforce. He believes that women will have family responsibilities and will distract the male engineers from doing their. How will you convince your managing director? Let's have a
No. Okay, now role play two, I don't know whether all of you, but if 3, 4 of you could switch on your videos, I would really be, or individual बोलना है तो भी बोल सकते, ठीक है? Have you all got it? Have you got the situation?
Yes, ma'am.
खाली आलोक है क्या क्लास में? दिव्यांशी, even yesterday you were not, beta, you were on mute throughout. क्या बात है
Yes,
beta?
ma'am.
Are you okay today?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, this is one of the situation. Now you need to show your persuasiveness. You're the HR manager. And you feel, yeah, only men. I think, this reminds me of Sudha Murthy ki when she went to Tata's to give her interview. Have you people read about that? Kisko pata hai wo? Anyone? हाँ बच्चा पार्टी यार कोई बोलता नहीं
No, ma'am.
Like we can tell the director about how women have certain qualities that like men don't, like women are more emotionally powerful, and so lot of situations they can handle it better than men.
Okay, देखो बेटा, Divyanshi, when I'm going to talk in a role play or talk for, and again, देखो, it becomes a debate. You're convincing your manager, your senior manager or your CEO or your, so you'll have to give the particular traits. Well, sir, definitely male engineers are really good, but I personally feel, or I'm of the opinion, that we can have women also on the shop floor. They are very good. Anybody else would like to? Okay, I will tell you later. और जाने बोलो जरा और कौन बोल रहा था?
Ma'am, can I just give one point? Ma'am, we can pitch the director some few ideas like we can start with the refer and earn, like if you refer any position, you will earn a small commission on it so that it will be a gain for both the sides. Second thing is like we can convince the director for a minimum placement of women. Like there should be a 40% compulsory women in the organization working so that it is diversified for both men and women equally. We can keep that pitch. And not just that, we can also tell them as the world is changing, or you can say all the organizations, if we have to keep up with the competition, it's not the male employees who can do all the work. Female employees are also very important in the organization.
Now, देखो,
Ma'am, I think that
okay, I'll tell you. आगे बोलो, there are two people who have raised hands. Divyanshi, can they speak? Who are they, beta?
so, ma'am, like I feel that with more women also, like the organization is very male centered right now. If women will be more in the organization, so the way the organization think, that will also diversify. Because
Okay, so
because
when
women
you-
employees will think from the perspective of a woman. So in that case, like the organization will also grow, because then it will not just think from a male perspective, there will be a female perspective, and then because of that, the business can grow.
Okay, good. Who's the next? Somebody else also raised the hand. Who's that? Anybody would like to speak? Abhinabha, are you a silent person? Prajwal, I saw you entering. Prajwal. Prajwal Sonavane. देखो बेटा, if you people don't talk, it's useless. Then I can give you this as a task कि घर में जाओ करो. ऐसे नहीं है ना बेटा. Okay. Now for this, what you can really pitch is that, well, sir, in our opinion or in my opinion, women can add a lot more if they are on the shop floor. They are very good listeners. They are patient. A heterogeneous workforce will definitely be beneficial. When I say hetero, अभी तक तो male ही थे, अब female भी जवाब. And they are known to multitask, so they will again add value. So this way, talk about it. Okay, when I say only women, only men, or they should, no. They are even peacemakers. They have lots of patience. They're very good at multitasking. Coordination. So definitely they can do wonders and add value. Not only that, the organization can really move up, okay? Because I think in spite of the family responsibilities, they really juggle their work very well, okay? Now let's go to the next one. Let's go to the next bachas. Okay, this question is for कौन था वो? Who's the supply chain? कौन था बच्चे? The first person that I spoke. Operations, कौन है बेटा वो? Your supply chain head of pharmaceutical who export bulk drugs to pharmaceuticals in other countries. Now, during and after COVID, freight charges have increased, adding cost. You managing director is concerned with the high cost and is reluctant to sanction the bills. However, I feel that increased cost is inevitable and it has to accept it and build it in the cost. So how will you convince your managing director? अरे वो कौन है बच्चा जो सबसे पहले किससे बात करी थी बेटा मैंने? मोहित, right? Who is the person?
Ma'am, Mohit.
हाँ मोहित ही, वही मैं बोली. Where is Mohit? Mohit, are you there? चले गए?
Now I'm driving currently.
अरे बेटा ड्राइव कर रहे हो तो पहले क्यों अटेंड करके ड्राइव कहाँ? मूवी जा रहे हो?
नहीं घर पहुंच रहा हूँ ऑफिस से.
घर पहुंच रहे हो? मेरे को लगा मूवी जा रहे हो. मैं भी चल लेती हूँ, उसको पिकअप कर लेते हैं.
नहीं मैम.
Okay. Akshit, can you better take this? Come on, all of you are going to think. All
Yes,
of
ma'am,
you
I'm
going to
thinking about
and
this.
I want you giving. Now definitely देखो बेटा, fuel prices अगर बढ़ रहे हैं तो cost बढ़ेगी ना हर चीज की. But can you stop? No. So how will you convince? क्या करना चाहिए? हाँ जी girls, think. सब लोग silent पे हैं क्या?
Ma'am, we can convince the managing director like only if the cost is the only concern, then we can just convince the director like we will export the only things which are necessary or which are high in demand, so that it can basically it will cost you but not more than it. You are gonna gain profit from that. So from that we can I'm not able to put in the proper words, but
But good attempt. Yes, someone else? Malika, Alok, Akshit, Avinaba, Rushali, come on. मेरे को जो नाम आते हैं, जो जवाब देते हैं, मैं उन्हीं को बोल रही हूँ. There are many others who just want to be silent spectators. बेटा नौकरी चाहिए तो बोलो. This is an open forum.
No, ma'am, but one can do one thing is that if they are ordering bulk, na, they can.
I'm with.
Hello,
Mm.
ma'am. Because in this situation, the transport cost is adding up. So
Uh-huh.
the person can accept or they can accumulate all the goods at one point, and then they can arrange the transport, which will save the freight cost.
Okay, so you mean to say the consignment can be all put together and then at one go rather than individual. Okay. But at times,
Yes, ma'am.
a delay in one consignment can cause even losses. Now,
Ma'am, they can hike the prices if they need to cover the cost, like they are running a business. So it's not possible to supply the goods at the same price all the time. So with changing the changing environment, we need to change accordingly. So they can increase the prices of the goods a little bit.
okay, good. Or what they can do is it can be built in. एक प्रोडक्ट का अगर 2 रुपए है उसका मैं 2.5 कर दूंगी. गेटिंग इट? क्या ये भी कर सकते हैं? बिल्ट इन द कॉस्ट. कितना ट्रांसपोर्टेशन लग रहा है, जितना बढ़ गया है वो हम उसके प्रोडक्ट में लगाएंगे. That's how it can be done. हाँ जी, कौन है बेटा?
Yes, Alok. They can, ma'am, also they can increase the price in only own countries, and from there they can save the extra money which they are spending in exporting the goods.
Yes, it can be done even in exports. Okay, good. वहाँ तो पर बेटा करेंसी डिफरेंस है ना, तो अपने आप ही हो जाएगा because
Yes, ma'am.
it impacts. Okay, good.
Ma'am, they can analyze the demand and they can increase or decrease the price according to it.
Increase, decrease तो बेटा अगर फ्यूल बढ़ रहा है, रेट चार्जेस बढ़ गए हैं, कॉस्ट ऑफ ट्रांसपोर्टेशन ज्यादा हो रहा है, तो डेफिनेटली क्या करेंगे? डिक्रीज नहीं कर पाएंगे ना अभी का. We will have to increase
ma'am.
it. So
Yes, ma'am.
I
Yes,
will
ma'am.
not stop it. What I can do is, one, as someone mentioned, wait for all the consignments rather than sending one, clubbing it together so I can save cost,
Yes.
some cost. Okay, in the consignment.
Ma'am, they also can increase the amount of the drugs exporting.
हाँ, वही बोलते हैं ना कि they
Yes.
can add it.
Yes, ma'am.
उसमें built in बोलते हैं ना, built in कर.
Built in. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so that can be done and it can be convinced. Good attempt. Happy Avinaba, you could speak up. Okay. Now I want someone else speaking, but I'm reading this. Who will do that? Unnati, पढ़ोगी बेटा? या Malika?
Sure, ma'am.
हाँ, पढ़. चलो, what is it? And then let others take it.
Okay, you are the head customer relationship of a famous washing machine called Clean India Washing Machine Limited India. You have just received a call for a claim by Mr. Kedarnath Sharma. Mr. Sharma purchased a Clean India fully automatic washing machine model 350D from you 2 years ago for rupees 15,000 for the third time. He has asked for a claim requesting that you repair his machine for free because it's self-propelling propelling drying machines stopped working after 15 months of use. Since the warranty period is for 1 year, you cannot repair the machine for free. He will have to pay a servicing fees of rupees 500 and also pay for the replacement of the parts if required. You have already told him this on the phone, but he has still sent you the claim offer for the third time. He is now calling and is making a request to settle his claim immediately. How will you tell him that the repair does not fall within the warranty period and that he will have to pay for the additional repair and additional cost?
Okay. Now who is going to take on this? They're all marketing situations. You know, you got a machine and the warranty was just 1 year. It is now. Again, you know, need to
Ma'am,
prepare. Huh.
in this situation, what we can do is, obviously we always sign an agreement or a paper where all the terms and condition are mentioned. So they can clearly send him the image of it, requesting, you can explaining the whole thing that you have already signed an agreement and we cannot do anything for this
Mhm.
because
ma-
it is within the boundaries and it won't happen.
Ma'am, yes,
Ah,
ma'am, we can do this thing, but it would be better if I will meet personally and I told all these things. I will tell all these things to Mr. Kedarnath Sharma.
okay, yes. Who else? Who else? That's it. No one else. Well, you know, even you can. What you can do is, again, you can give him some freebies that, well, you know, now since you crossed a year, which was a warranty period, we can waive off the service charges, but you will have to pay for the part because that does not fall into it. तो कुछ freebies दोगे जहाँ की customer खुश हो. Because you want the customer, one happy customer gets you 10 more, isn't it? Or 100 more. तो उसको ना खुश नहीं करना है. You will have to again convince him. You know, as per the company policy, the warranty period was 1 year. Now you come back after 15 months. What best we can do is, sir, we will not take the service charges, but you will have to pay for the part
Part.
that will be replaceable. तो ऐसे कुछ भी आप अपना बना सकते हो. They are situations. Think, you know, put yourself in the shoe of a managing director. क्या बोलोगे आप उसको या customer relation manager? You can't tell him get lost. नहीं करेंगे हम. Can you? Because you're losing out. अगर एक unhappy customer होगा, he will take away so many things. So we need to pacify. जो तुम्हारे बस का तुम कर सकते हो. ठीक है, इंजीनियर बेच के उसको केवल पार्ट का पैसा लेके एंड यू कैन एंड इवन कन्विंस हिम कि भैया 1 साल की तुम एएमसी ले लो. वही करते हैं ना आजकल लोग. उसमें भी तुम्हारा बेनिफिट हो. देखो 1 साल में एएमसी लेंगे, कुछ भी प्रॉब्लम आएगा, इट विल बी फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट. तो आप एएमसी भी ले लो. सो ट्राइंग एक के बदले एक, आई थिंक दैट्स हाउ पीपल रियली यू नो गेट ऑन टू यू. Okay, now I want someone else reading it. Prajwal is not joined yet, is it? I saw him at joining. Abhinava is not there. He's on mute.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
What yes?
Ma'am, I'm here.
No, you are there, Prajwal. I saw him entering. Anyone else who would like to take on or speak? Only these 4 or 5 people speaking, you know, actually, it demotivates the faculty. I think, you know, I feel कि यार मेहनत करके तुमने situations करे and people are not using their, you know, I think whatever ideas they have. Okay. You're Prem Khanna, businessman, Malabar Hills, Mumbai. You're a regular buyer at the corporate shop, a high-profile departmental store. Last week, you ordered 30 bottles of expensive perfume, 30 silver bowls to give away as gifts overseas. After the conference, you still have 10 bottles of perfume and 15 silver. While giving away the gifts, you also noticed that some of the silver items had scratches on them. Even the dignitaries noticed. It was very embarrassing. Please call up the manager customer relationship, telling him that you are sending back the items while expressing your concern over the scratches and, if possible, seeking of the 15 items and 10 bottles which you are sending back. It means seeking a refund of these of the leftover. समझ में आया क्या है ये? Have you understood? Anji, understood or no?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Malika, are you there, bache? Malika,
Yes, yes, ma'am.
yes. You were taking your dinner, yeah?
No, no, no,
Dinner kha rahi thi.
no, 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 no.
Sure. If you have understood the situation, give me a response. You're Prem Khanna and you're a wealthy, stinkingly rich person. You go to the corporate shop, you've seen, na, ye high-end shops hote hain, bahut expensive gifts hote hain. Right? So what will you do in this case? You become the customer relation, the shop of the corporate shop. And what will you do when Prem Khanna is calling you? Kya karoge beta?
Ma'am, first of all, I think we'll have to pacify the client because he's obviously upset. So we'll apologize for the problem from our end, and um, we will. I mean, according to the we'll have to check with the company policy if any sort of refund is possible, or maybe give a guarantee or surety that the next time you purchase, that maybe we could give like a discount or some sort of guarantee for the next purchase.
Mhm. Okay, good, Malika. Anji, who can speak? Akshay? Abhinaba?
Yes, ma'am.
बोलो.
अभी क्या बोलना है?
क्या बोलना है? तेरे को मैं उठा के अभी मैं देख नहीं पा रही हूँ, उठा के बिल्कुल बाहर डालूंगी. जहाँ भी तुम ग्राउंड फ्लोर में रहते हो, ऊपर रहते हो. हाँ, अभिनबा.
Yes, ma'am.
You have to be when Mr. Khanna is calling out the customer relation of the corporate shop, what will you do if you have read the situation? Alok,
Yes, ma'am. As it is written now, ma'am, that is Mr. Prem Khanna is a regular buyer na at the corporate shop.
yes.
So I will request to the manager that firstly I will told about all the situations, what happened with their gifts and how valuable and important was for Mr. Khanna, that he wished to gift their clients that gift. So it is very important for him, and I request to the manager for return and some return for that. Bought 30 rest of bottles and yes, ma'am.
Yes, good analysis, but what can be done also? Since I'm the customer relation and I don't want to really put an end because he's with me for the last as many years and he's a big businessman, I get, my profits and everything, or I make money because of such business. Okay? So the moment he calls up, apologize, sorry, well, the scratches were not seen. But what I can do is, I can replace those silver, items which had scratches. You please give them to me, I can replace. And I will give you a refund for 15 minutes. Seedha hum accept karenge if I want to keep them happy. Now I cannot tell him silver, it's quite expensive, right? So I can't tell him, कि भैया नहीं तुम और 4 ले लो. No. So if you can really give me those scratched silverware, I can replace them. And whatever is left, kindly send it across. I'll give you a refund, or maybe next time when you visit our and you want any items, so you can keep it as a credit with us. So options can be given to them.
Ma'am.
अभी बाबा सोच के खाली बोलने का, अरे बेटा क्या बोलूं? हाँ, अभिनवा.
Ma'am, really sorry, ma'am.
बेटा सॉरी नहीं बोलना है बच्चे, नौकरी तेरे को चाहिए, मेरे को नहीं. मैं तो नौकरी कर ली. I was right up on the sky and now it's only for the love that I do it, बच्चे. ठीक है? Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
So here now again, you're the manager, high profile, 30 bottles.
Ma'am, this is the same situation, but the reverse of. Now I am,
Now how will you do it?
yes, ma'am. I have to deal with the Prem Khanna and how I will tackle that problem now.
Mhm.
So I think I will exchange the bottle
Mhm.
and yeah, with a scratch silver bottle.
Silver bottle नहीं है, bowls है.
Balls, sorry. Yeah,
Bottle
balls.
में कुछ नहीं है.
No, balls. Ma'am.
Well, I can always, मैंने कहा ना, you can always say, Mr. Prem Khanna, sorry for what has happened.
Yes, ma'am.
From my end, what I can do is that you can
Ma'am, we can also provide him with some coupons, discount coupons, so that we do not lose him as our customer.
okay, good. तुम्हारी दुकान है क्या अक्षय?
Yes, ma'am.
No wonder. मुझे डिस्काउंट वगैरह उसी को है जो दुकानें चलाते हैं, right?
Yes, ma'am.
What shop do you have, beta?
Ma'am, hardware items. Basically, building materials. We deal in building materials.
Okay, construction material. huh?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Good. Join your father. Expand the business. That's what you can do. Are you working now in the retail thing? Not retail. कौन सा है ये?
No, ma'am. Previously, last year I worked with my father. Like I handled his property, real estate business.
Real estate.
Yes, ma'am. Last year.
Great. Now why you didn't take an internship in that?
Ma'am, now like I want to explore the corporate world also.
अरे
So
भैया
that,
रियल एस्टेट में भी तो कॉर्पोरेट है.
ma'am, basically the current company which I am interning at, they also deal in real estate.
कौन सी?
So the Capital Box.
हाँ, they do have, yes, but you're
Yes,
not
ma'am.
taking care of them.
I talked to my mentor and he told that he will teach me a little bit about the real estate also. So
Oh.
side by side.
Yeah, good. Okay, now here the next situation. A person on the road move into a position in front of you very slowly, forcing you to slow down. You pull around in front of him and cut him off. Either you're driving or you're walking, somebody's coming in front of you, they're very slow. You know, it could be like a person like me also, an agent person. You must have seen the youngsters हैं fast walk करते हैं, and जो हमारे तरह बुड्ढे होते हैं धीरे धीरे. And say, you know, Akshit is there behind me and he's very impatient. So he wants to आपको overtake करना है. तो आपको धीरे से पीछे कर देते हैं and cut him. क्या करो? You pull around in front of him and cut him off. देखो. Have you understood the situation? Akshit is behind me and we are walking. एक राउंड लेना वो पार्क का, पर रोड बहुत नैरो है, ठीक है? Suddenly he wants to slow me down. He is forcing me, you know, धक्का मार के आ गया. मैं भी झांसी की रानी हूँ. So what I do? I pull him and I take him. Right? You pull him around and बिल्कुल ही cut off कर दो. गुस्सा आता नहीं कि भैया मैं चल रही हूँ, how come? What will you do in such cases? Has it ever happened to anyone of you? गलती से कोई लड़के ने लड़की को अगर धक्का मार दिया, गॉन, वहीं के वहीं तुम हो गए फिर. Right? What can you do? How can you this is persuasiveness. क्या करोगे? क्या बोलोगे शशि गुप्ता को? अभिनवा ये काम बहुत करता है. अभिनवा,
Yes, ma'am.
तुम समझ गए ना मैंने क्या बोला? नहीं समझे?
Yes, ma'am.
नहीं
Yes,
गया.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Mohit, have you reached home? Mohit. हाँ जी. उन्नति, can you?
Yes, ma'am.
हाँ जी. Who's that? मोहित पहुंच गए?
नहीं मैम, ऑन द वे हूँ, बस 5 मिनट में पहुंच रहा हूँ.
अच्छा, हाँ जी, बोलना चाहोगे अभिनव? आई गेव यू, I told you, your favorite ma'am Shashi Gupta is walking, you are behind, you push her and you go ahead. But she, Shashi Gupta, as the name says, she pulls you back. So what will you say? How will you pursue this? Come in here.
Ma'am, I will approach calmly. I will have a calm approach to it, and
काम अप्रोच करके तो नहीं होगा ना. उसने आपको पकड़ा हाथ से अब पीछे. What will you do? You've done the damage. अब damage control कैसे करो?
I would apologize.
Mhm. Yeah. Okay. Anji, or anyone else? Anyone else? What can be done? The person who had apologized to karna hi hai. Well, I was just probably thinking of something, stressed out, and I wanted to walk past, but I'm so sorry. I think can be really, you strike a conversation with the person. Getting it? Then only once you start speaking, I'm so sorry, ma'am, my intention was not to hurt you, but I was quite tense, or I wanted to reach home early, or I have an appointment at this time. That's why I was rushing. I really apologize. I did not mean to hurt you. Simple. You have to give a reason why you did that, so that you're in again good books. Okay? Now you are arguing with someone who pushes you and you push back. ये तो बहुत होता है ना, buses में, trains में, road में. उन्नति क्या करोगी? तुम किसी से आर्ग्यू कर रही हो, तुमको कोई धक्का मारता है and you push. Girls rarely do that, but I've seen even now girls doing it. हाँ उन्नति, बेटा क्या बोलोगी? Unnati, are you there? Unnati. Unnati is not there. Malika. Malika. Alok.
Yes, ma'am.
मान लो आप किसी से, ये तो होता ही है ना अक्सर.
Yes, ma'am.
You must have come across this situation very, probably you can even relate to it. तुम किसी से झगड़ा, मान लो दुकान वाले से, या मान लो ये ठेले वालों के साथ जनरली ऐसे काम होता है. ठीक है, आर्ग्यू कर रहे हो और देन किसी ने आपको धक्का कर दिया, आपने उसको भी धक्का दिया. मैंने ऑटो वाले के साथ बहुत
In
देखा
this
है.
situation, I usually avoid arguing with someone, ma'am. So I first for ending these arguments, someone have to apologize for their actions. So I will apology.
So you will apologize.
Yeah.
Ma'am, I will try to calm him down. Like I have pushed him back, so I'll say him कि भाई शांत हो जा, गुस्सा करने से कुछ नहीं होएगा. So I'll try to calm him down and we'll talk things out.
But beta Akshay, this doesn't happen in reality, because धक्का दिया है. It means,
People doesn't ready to listen.
yes. So you'll have to calm him down. Sorry, I pushed you back. लेकिन मेरा कोई इंटेंशन नहीं था आपको धक्का देना. आपने किया तो गुस्से में मैंने भी कर दिया. But
Yes, ma'am.
I apologize. देखिए, जब आप तुरंत किसी को सॉरी बोलते हो तो क्या होता है, हल्की चीजें मेल्ट हो जाती है. अगर कोई वायलेंट बंदा है वो और आके तुमको 2 धक्के देगा, तो ऐसे करके क्या होगा, थिंग्स विल ओनली गो बैड टू वर्स. ओके, अवॉइड. You are in a job interview and you have become tongue tied when you try to Enumerate your strengths. Tongue tied यानी बोल ही नहीं पा रहे तुम इंटरव्यू के सामने.
Ma'am, tongue tied means?
Tongue tied means चुप. हमारी जबान को अगर बंद कर दिया जाए तुम बोल पाओगे? नहीं. तो टंग टाइड एक मुहावरा होता है, एक वर्ड होता है जिससे होता है चुप. मतलब तुम्हारे शब्द ही नहीं निकलते. तुमको अपने स्ट्रेंथ के बारे में बोलना है और बिल्कुल तुम बोल नहीं पा रहे हो. क्या करोगे? मतलब तुमको ऐसे लग रहा है कि अरे आसमान सर पे पड़ गया. क्या करोगे? इंटरव्यू है भाई, नौकरी जाएगी.
I can request the interviewer for 1 minute break.
Yes, good. So, can I get a minute? Good. What else? What else?
Can we take this question later on?
क्या रे बेटा?
Can we take this question later on?
You know, Rishali, if you
we-
say that to the interviewer, he or she may not, because it means you don't know.
Okay.
So we should avoid telling the baat.
You know, because we have in somewhere back in our mind, but it's not coming on our tongue.
For
So,
some time.
okay.
Ma'am,
Or
I'll
sir, can I have a glass of water?
Yeah.
Right? हाँ जी बेटा, कौन है अक्षय?
ma'am, same thing. I was about to say the same thing only. Like
What
I'll ask them a minute or two to gather my thoughts, and then I'll speak.
Yes. Good. In a small group, you can easily state your opinion and are willing to discuss it with those who disagree with you. एक छोटे ग्रुप में तो तुम कर सकते हो. But when it comes to masses, तो क्या करोगे? जब तुम लोग ग्रुप डिस्कशन होता है, you must have seen. In a small group of 10, कर सकते हो. You can agree and disagree. But then what happens when you have more people? How many people will you pacify? क्या करोगे तुम?
Take a deep breath and let others speak till the time you accumulate your thoughts.
That is when you don't know about the topic. Good. But give
Ma'am,
opportunity.
can I say something?
But at the same time, you have to speak. देखो बेटा, in any given situation, people want you to speak. हाँ जी अभिनव, happy. बोलो.
Ma'am, first we will try to understand their points and we will appreciate it, and then we will bring our point and have a discussion about this.
Okay. You know what you can do is, whether a small group or a large group, even if you disagree with someone, you try to give a relevant answer. Why are you disagreeing? Because whenever you speak, you will say, in my opinion. You will not say, I disagree with you. No, रे बच्चे. अगर तुम जोर से बोलेंगे, I disagree with you in a group, क्या होगा? That shows your attitude. तो ऐसे कभी गलती से मत बोलो. तो हमेशा बोलोगे, even if you say, in my opinion. Okay? I disagree with my friend, but in my opinion, I'll try to justify your disagreement. And then you will, let others speak. Let 2-3 others speak. Again, you want to jump into the given conversation. Getting it? So that is how you can do it. Any person who would like to? देखो बेटा, यहाँ बोलना है. नौकरी भी तुमको बोलते ही मिलेगी बच्चे. If you feel that you're quiet and probably you'll get it, it won't happen. So I want as many of you can speak. This is a forum for each one to interact. Okay? Anyone would like to give in their opinion on this?
In this situation, ma'am, I will wait for the chance, and whenever I will get the chance, I will speak that point which can make more sense than the others.
Alok, you cannot wait for a chance. You need to grab a chance.
Yes, ma'am.
Grab.
Waiting for the chance means whenever I will cut the points, their points.
नहीं, वो नहीं. See, if I'm not very comfortable about the topic, what I will do is I'll wait for some.
Yes, ma'am. I will wait for the moment and I will listen carefully.
नहीं होता है बेटा, Alok, we don't cut points.
Okay.
I will give my opinion, my views on the given discussion.
Yes, ma'am.
ठीक है, I'll give my opinion. Cut किसी को नहीं करना हमने. I will grab an opportunity and I will speak out my
My point, view of point.
views or my.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that is how we need to do it. Good. Well done, Alok. Okay.
Thank you.
You are delayed in getting home. Mohit, ये तुम्हारे लिए relevant है. Because you stayed in a restaurant chatting with a friend. When you arrive home and your spouse is angry, नहीं, ये तुम्हारे लिए relevant नहीं है. You tell your spouse it's none of his or her business. Getting it? घर आ रहे हो, friend मिल गया, you were chatting, चाय पे चर्चा हो रही थी at the restaurant and you got delayed. घर पे when you reached, so your partner asked, अरे भाई कहाँ गए थे? And you got so late. You said none of your business, quite. सही है, गलत है, क्या है, बताओ. You must have seen this happening very often. हाँ जी. स्पाउस नहीं, मम्मी पापा सोचो, तुम देर से आए हो, मम्मा खड़ी है, झांसी की रानी. What will you do? Maybe, what will you do? It happens with us, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am. I will brief the situation that how when we plan dinner plan made and I can't ignore that.
बेटा इतनी आसानी से नहीं सुनती ना माताएं.
Yes, ma'am. But I will convince that this will not happen again. And
Okay, you can try, but still at the same time, if it is a lady, they rarely get convinced.
because, ma'am, if it was not happened in the past, they will be convinced, I think.
Okay, anyone else? Akshit, Mohit, Unnati, Malika, Rushali, anyone? This happens so many times, you know, college से निकले हो, office से निकले हो, किसी गप्पे मारने, और कभी-कभी गप्पे मारते you don't even know कि कितना समय निकल गया. And you get delayed and suddenly, I had to reach home, and when you reach home, you get to hear. So what will you do? Okay, in this situation, what are you going to do? As said by Alok.
Ma'am, can I try you once again?
Yeah. कौन Alok?
Yes, ma'am.
Hey, I want someone else. हाँ जी, रुशाली, उन्नति, कहाँ गायब हो गई बेटा? तुम गायब हो गई? खाने का
I'm
टाइम.
thinking.
हाँ रुशाली, बोलो.
Ma'am, thinking.
इतना थिंकिंग. हाँ जी, अक्षय.
So we have to talk in the woman's perspective or the men's perspective.
Any, I give it to you. It is open.
Okay, okay.
Whatever perspective you take. Akshay, you left?
No, ma'am, I'm there.
So you're also thinking?
Yes, ma'am.
I think in situation तो बड़ा common है बेटा. घर जाते हो. Since you all have grown up, पिटाई नहीं होती, but otherwise I'm sure, isn't it? These are very, very common situation.
Ma'am, सुन के लेना पड़ेगा.
Okay. You can always say, so sorry. You know, I just bumped into a friend, and while we were talking, I think we got so engrossed in talking, I forgot, you know, the time.
Ma'am, I will go home with the favorite dish of my parents.
Okay, with your friend.
Chocolates.
हाँ जी, बोलो. कौन है? Rushali wanted to say.
Yeah, ma'am. If she's being angry, the man can be like take some goodies or something, whatever her wife likes, and he can give it to her.
Okay. They get, you know, I mean, probably if you carry some gifts, the women, I think they calm down, is it? Okay. After waiting in a restaurant for 20 minutes for the menu to come, you loudly express your annoyance to the waiter and leave. ये तो हम में से बहुत करते हैं कि रेस्टोरेंट में जाते हैं 10 मिनट बैठे हैं 15 मिनट बैठे हैं and then you scream at the waiter and you leave, right? What can be done in such situation?
We should understand the situation of the restaurant. If the restaurant is too busy and no one is free, so we have to wait patiently.
Okay, Mohit, good. Someone else? Someone else. You know what can be done also? You waited. Well, you can just say, you know, we've been waiting for so long. Can you please help us out? We're hungry. Rather than yelling at the poor waiter. Or walk up to the counter and say, you know, we've been waiting. And simple. You get, I'm sure there are many more people who are there to help you out. Okay. So that is the way that we can before this is of course there, you know, there is one action plan which I want to share in the chat. I want everyone to do that, beta. Okay. Have you all got it here? Now, if I share the screen one second. One second. This is an action plan for each one of you. I think this is failed to start. Oh. I don't know the reason. Have you all got it? Can you open that? It's open now. Okay. Now this, oh, it should open. What happened? Anna? It was open. Can you see it?
Yes, ma'am.
Now this is an action plan, you know, that each one of you can do. Now these are the parameters and be honest. And you need to, you know, rate it on a scale of 1 to 10. First, personal grooming. How do you really carry yourself? Jules, are you happy with the way you dress? Are you properly dressed? I think yesterday we said dress to kill. Where do I wish to be? If I am on a scale of 5, where do I want to be? I want to be on 8 or 9. Why not 10? Action plan. How would I be there? Okay, how? Well, I will, what will I do? I'll plan things in advance. Right? If I have to, you know, probably be attired well or groom myself, I'll keep everything a day prior to for the next day. When I pre-plan things, I can do them well. Where's your communication skills when we talk about oral? We're not talking about written because you have to speak. Am I at 2? Am I at 9? Am I at 8? You have to answer yourself. If I'm at 8, great, excellent. Where do I want to be? Just to be 10. What am I going to do? Speak as much as I can. So that way, for everyone, this is going to be beta. You need to complete this yourself. Current affairs, people don't read papers. You have downloaded the app, but friends, that is not enough. If you take, even amongst 4 people, if you can share a newspaper, read articles, you know, pertaining to your domain, I think it's going to help you. Are there mergers happening? Finance, you can read about other things, what's happening, what is the latest in the finance world, what is happening to the stock markets, What is the impact of crude oil prices, etc. So you have to read what's happening. Post-COVID, what's happened to the HR and their roles. It's no more the same HR. Earlier it was admin, it moved to this. Now what is the next? Then punctuality. मैंने कल भी आपको बोला था in time consciousness. Ask yourself, if the timings are 9 to 5, do you reach there at 8:50, 8:55 before the given time? If you're not, what are you going to do? Well, I'm going to do my best. I'll get up early. I'll plan my day. So this is how we can do. English speaking skills. What are you doing for that? I'm listening to CNBC, or I listen to videos, or I watch English movies, etc. That is how I'm going to improve upon my spoken skills and general awareness. So this is what I need to do, and I need to be honest with whatever I have planned for myself. This is again outcomes. So please fill it up, and you can share it with either me, or you can share it with your faculty guide, because I think most of us, whoever your faculty guide is, all of us are taking these sessions. It will help. Okay. Anything else that you would like to ask, Vita? Any one of you? Janvi didn't speak. Aniket didn't speak.
Ma'am, how?
हाँ जी बच्चे बोलो हेलो.
Yes, ma'am. Sorry for interrupting. Ma'am, how I can submit you this Word file? I can
To
mail.
me?
Yeah.
Do you want my email ID?
Yes, ma'am. Please.
Ma'am,
हाँ जी बच्चे.
ma'am, the Word file that you have just sent, prepare your professional this Word file. So, ma'am, we have to fill it and send it to you. It is like that.
नहीं, see, it is for your good, but if you want any help, I can always do that. Okay? This is for your own benefit, Vita.
Okay, ma'am.
You can ask yourself. But you can fill if there are anything that we can help you out. It will definitely be good. Okay, this is my email ID. If anybody wants to send it across, I think I can see it. I can help you out. If you have to make changes to the answer, what is the best answer that you can give? Because everybody has a different answer. Okay, so that way we can. Done? So wishing
Yes,
you
ma'am.
good luck. Wishing you all good luck for your internship. Another month that is left. Your presentation that we spoke of. Your learning outcomes, which are very, very, very important. So if you're not prepared, a book, a logbook, which captures everything that you do every day, I think please start doing that. It will help you. Okay. With that, we wind up the session. And
Thank you, ma'am.
good night, and God bless each one of you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank
Do
you, ma'am.
well.
Thank you, ma'am.
Well. That's all we can say. Okay, do well and reach the skies.
Thank you, ma'am. Good night, ma'am. Take care.
Good night.